I should have been recording this for the VOD channel, but tier list. Starting off with Scout, I don't have that much time as Scout. I have like an hour as him. At least what the time thing says. Stats in tf2 say as a whole, in tf2 as a whole, and typical colors 2, which is the Roblox version of tf2, or a Roblox version of tf2, because there's a lot. I mean, Scout is a pretty alright class, you know, can be pretty useful if you know what you're doing. Being entirely honest, I just think the ability of double jumping is just really cool. But give me enough time after... Ooh, I think... Let me think... Demo Man is after Engineer. After Demo Man is Scout, and Sniper, and then Spy. But I think Scout can be pretty useful, especially whenever you're like a medic and you know you need to get to the front lines as quickly as possible. If there's a Scout, very fast class. But Scout is a very fast class that can be pretty useful for various purposes. So I think B is a pretty good spot. Engineer, that's not Engineer, that's Soldier. They look kind of similar. Explosive classes, astronomically useful. And the next four including, the next three including, you know, Soldier, Pyro, Demo, and Heavy are like all classes you're definitely going to see in the battlefield. Soldier has the rocket launcher, which is very useful for rocket jumping, which makes him arguably faster than Scout, and is also very useful for dealing with Nest. In my experience though, it's very hard to use as a weapon. So I think the ability of getting rid of Nest is very good, very useful, and rocket jumping is so fun, which A, easy A. Next we have Pyro, which is arguably the easiest class because of how much it is WM1, you know? And I absolutely get it as somebody who likes playing as Pyro. Here's the thing though. You know how versatile of a class Pyro is? Because it's like you can... Because it's like... I'm gonna say it on record. I think Pyro is probably one of the three most useful classes. I think in order, Medic, Spy, Pyro, three most useful classes in a game of tf2. Right, because Pyro is just so versatile and there's many different ways to play as Pyro. You can protect engineers from spies, you know, you can sit in place and just sort of get people with the backbone, which I watched a video earlier about how to use the backbone to its fullest potential. Like, it's just one of those things where you need to know how, like, aiming is obviously a factor in all of these classes, because they all have weapons that require aiming. Especially Sniper. But if anything, Pyro is such a useful class. S. Easy S. Next we have Demo Man, who, again, I don't have much experience in, S is stretching it, but I guess you M2 a spy off of a cliff. Then I've never done that. But you name Amovol's entire class, Mr. Hismoy, and 123. Go on. You have the floor. And yes, I am letting my bias come into play because I do like playing as Pyro. Not for a reason you might think I'm relatively normal. Hold on. Okay. I'll do the tier list. Okay. I also have a separate tier list for classes and how I feel about the playstyle after the 10 hours. Right now, Pyro is an A, Heavy is a B, Soldier is a C. Pyro being an A because I just like playing as Pyro, very easy class. Heavy is an B because, like, if you have a medic pocketing you, it easy B, but it's like a low B usually. And Soldier is a C because it's, even though you can rocket jump and stuff, just very slow. I just don't like playing as slow classes. But yeah. In entirely unrelated news, I genuinely cannot wait to finish the Half-Life Genocide Run video. Solely because of the fact that that means that I get to do stuff again. And I didn't do it at all today because, like out of a 10 on how I feel in days, usually like a 6, 7. It was a free at the beginning. The deal is finished. You put medic in D. You put I mean, I guess that does depend on if you like know medic well enough, but in D, that's mental. Expecting. So in S is engineer, spy, and demo man. A, engineer, no, soldier. Heavy, pyro. B, scout. Sniper. What is it with me confusing classes today? I've confused soldier for engineer. I nearly confused scout for flanker rich. Typical colors too. Same character at the end of the day. At least the playstyle, it's like 90% the same. Scout with spy and then all the way in D's medic. And I absolutely get it, but why medic in D? Like, I can see where you're coming from with like a good chunk of these, but why medic in D? That's the only thing that's a head scratcher. Oh. Medic has less use cases. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely in this attack. I mean, medic isn't an attacking class though. Medic is like a supportive class and I watched like a couple I watched 2 videos on like how to play as medic, and those 2 videos said like medic is more of a sit back and like heal your class, heal your teammates class. And even then, like, you only attack if it's like a last ditch effort, like I'm being attacked by somebody else and this is the only thing I can more likely to die. I mean, in the videos they also said that if you like keep your distance from whoever you're healing a little bit and mirror the movements to take less hits, like, you're not gonna die as much, but I absolutely... If you're in that situation where you have to attack, you're not gonna win the fight. I'd say 9 times out of 10, but I still think that Medic is a very useful class just because of being able to heal and Uber, which is one of those things where you need to learn how to use it and when to use it, but you know, if you know what to do, or if you have somebody with you that you're healing who knows what to do, it's like chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Match made in heaven. Dr. Freeplay would not look kindly on you. But because of what I just said, I'm gonna put Medic in B. Not to say that Medic isn't absolutely useless, but you know, pretty useful class. Actually, no, I think that. Now back to Demo Man. Again, have not played much. So I can't really give an accurate opinion about this. I'm gonna switch to tf2 kind of. This is a mature-rated video game that may not be suitable for some viewers. I say fuck and shit, and I play Danganronpa. Woof. Devil Man. Let's see. The thing is, I don't know Demo Man well enough other than just the glaring flaws. That flaw, for me, being that I feel like I don't have enough control with the grenades and sticky bombs. Because with the grenades, it's like, you need to like time it in such a way, unless if you're gonna get a direct hit, which I don't get direct hits often. And with the sticky bomb, it's like, I have no excuse for that. It's just one of those things where I just don't know the class well enough. But I think you can bomb jump like Soldier, and then when you use a sword of Summerman, he's God tier. That is very true. And there is also Demo Knight, which I gave a bit of a feel. I gave a bit of a interest in Demo Knight, see what the hype is all about. Again, just an issue of I don't feel like I have enough control, but I did very quickly get the hang of it. But either way, I think a bit more useful than Scout, but not on the same level as Soldier or Medic, because with Soldier, it's like rocket jumping is so much more versatile than like sticky bomb jumping. But sticky bombs are very useful. Grenades are very useful. Again, Engineer Nest. Easy beat. Now we have heavy weapons guy. Who touched my gun? Heavy is the slowest class, right? And I've said before that I don't like playing as slower classes, which, you know, Heavy is the slowest class. It's not a match made in heaven, but Heavy's a very beefy, tanky character, and I feel like... But I feel like the entire positives of Heavy is really reliant on medic. Because just so slow, so you can't run away from your enemies fast enough. Heavy is very good. You can literally win a game with just one heavy. Only downside is he's slow. You do need a medic most of the time, but you've also got the sandwich and other food that can heal you. That is true, but they aren't as good as having a medic in it. And this is entirely just me having 10 or so hours as the class. But it's like if, was that Tetris 99 music? I don't think it was. I don't know what it was. But I don't have any Tetris 99 music. Unless if I can see previous tracks. Music B. No, I think it was Weird Woods from Corey's Epic Yawn. But I think Heavy is more useful than Scout, but not more useful than Demo Man. Next you have Engineer, who is such an astronomically good class if you have. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. I'm ranking Team Fortress 2 characters based on how useful they are. I'm free to play. I don't even have a lot of hours. How many hours you got? For most of the classes, not like a lot of hours, but I have just near 100 hours in tf2. Which I am absolutely taking account into this. But I think it goes without much saying how useful Engineer is. Because you have sentries, you have dispensers, you have teleporters. It's like all three of those are so astronomically useful for entirely different reasons. Right, teleporters are obvious because you can go from point A to point B faster. And very useful if you're, like, let's say doing payload. Once you get to around 1,000, you should look back at this as I can say, putting Demo and Medic and not S is weird. Yeah, Medic I'm playing through right now, and Demo is in B because I just haven't played Medic Demo enough. But, you know, it's like every class has their own ups and downs, and obviously I'll get to Demo mains whenever I get to them, and right now I can tell with me anyways, with Medic it's just not knowing when to Uber and dodging bullets and whatnot, and rockets and all that junk. That's just one of those things that just gradually get better over time with every class. But Engineer, already talked about why teleportation is so good. If you're on a payload map and you're at the beginning of the game, very useful for quickly getting back to the enemy. Dispensers basically just they just give you health and your items, not items, ammo. Which is astronomically useful, especially if you're in a pinch. And sentries are also very useful because if you have them in such a good way, it's like good luck destroying that unless if you're a spy. Right, but I think it's kind of a given to just say easy S tier. Easy S tier for Engineer. Which, now total 180, we have Sniper. Not much to say about Sniper. May I ask why Pyro S? To me, and I'm biased here because I like playing as Pyro, a very interesting class that has lots of different play styles. Because obviously you can ambush people, but it's like you can also protect engineers from spies. And those are the only two examples coming to mind, which is not really the best look. For me, Pyro would be B at least. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah. I did say that. I didn't say this, but Pyro is definitely a class that isn't just WM1. It's also aiming if your enemy is strafing around a lot. Which, you know, it's Team Fortress 2. That's bound to happen. But I definitely do absolutely understand why Pyro would be a B. Now we have Sniper, which I gave Sniper like an hour before my little 10 hours as every class thing. I have to say, wow, am I not good at aiming. Aiming and timing are like the two skills that you need most. S for me would be Demo, Med, and NG. Yeah. Yeah. And who knows, maybe when I finish the rest of the classes, I will come back to this, but, you know, obviously, like when I started as Pyro, it's like my aiming not good. Now, I'd say it's improved a bit. Not god tier aiming, but it definitely went up. But I can absolutely see why you would put Demo, Medic, and Engineer in S. Sniper, despite me not being good at aiming and timing my shots to get headshots, I think that Sniper can be a very good class when you're on the battlefield, right? Because what do snipers do? They get targets from far away, astronomically far away. And so, you know, especially in the beginning of a match, whenever everybody's rushing out, it's very easy to just bloop, blop, get their heads. Sniper is only good when you're ignorant of the line of sights. Yeah, but I mean, as someone who hasn't played much Sniper, I feel like that's kind of a given almost, because snipers, they have to hide and not be in people's lines of sight. You know, I'm probably wrong about this, but I think in a way earlier version of Team Fortress, there was a bug where you could sneak up on snipers. The sniper isn't gonna help a push unless they get a good pick. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And maybe this says more about me than the enemy snipers, but I feel that they can pick down people depending on the player. Depending on the player. Same with Spy. Yeah. I mean, they are two very difficult classes for a reason, and if you're good at them, astronomically good, and that's the mindset I'm trying to go with my biases aside, but they're all definitely playing a role in this. I mean, Pyro's an S. But I feel like if you have good enough skills, easy A for Sniper. And then there's Spy. Oh. Every time I've tried out Spy, it's not gone well. Spy is a class that you cannot just pick up and master on day 1. Or 10 hours in. I feel like, if anything, with Spy, probably I said that out of every class, medic, pyro, and spy were the three most useful, but I'm realizing now that's one I should give more thought. But I mean, oh man, is it not annoying to get backstabbed by a spy? But that just goes to those strengths. That it's like if a spy is one of those classes that has multiple use cases. Spy is only annoying if you let it. Yeah, you need to be aware of your surroundings with spy, but in my experience, I'm not that aware of my surroundings. Again, not even 10 hours, close to 90 if anything. But spy destroys engineers' buildings, which are very useful, as why said earlier. And I mean, obviously this is such an easy yes, but for some reason I feel like it shouldn't be an S, but I don't even play a spy. Spy would be a BOC for me. Yeah. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I think the only way you would have to hate everything about a specific class of just strength or not use it at all, even though every class has their own aces, every class has their own strengths. Like none of the classes are D. And it's like I have a different tier list where I'm going through my experience and how I feel playing each class. Only one is in C right now. And it's Soldier. I just don't like playing as subclasses. I know Soldier can rocket jump. But I just don't know how to use rockets to my advantage. I don't blame you. I mean, definitely a class I would go back to just because rocket jumping is just so good. But now is not the time. But I think it goes without given that spy is just very useful in the grand scheme of things. Because engineers, spies, depending on the player, determines the outcome of the game. Same in Medic too, but I think thinking about it though, because even though this is what it is right now, I'm gonna go through this again, really see what I think about it. Which already I feel that's a bit more better. Letting my biases not enter the room. For me, spy and sniper at the end of the day, same B at most. Yeah. I think now that I'm thinking about it more, and not just... I think now that I'm thinking about it more, might swap Demo and Sniper? I don't know why I'm confusing Spy and Sniper. They are so wildly different. I really could go either or with like Engineer or Spy in front. I'm on. Here's my list: S, Demo Med, NG, A, Soldier Scout, B, Pyro Heavy, Sniper, and Spy. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I with mine, I feel kind of good on it, but again, NG and Spy could swap each other at any moment. And I absolutely do agree with you. I should rethink this once I have like 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours, etc., etc. Because it's like opinions can change wildly. Like, I remember before I gave Engineer a few tries in practice, I wrote him off as like a nothing class where it's just you just sit in place and you just hit your buildings with your wrench, but it's like kind of, but also not really, because it's like you need to know what placements are most optimal, right? Yeah, as it is mostly opinion, as to be honest, I got 2.2k on them. That's a lot of time. I only have like the most class I only have 10 hours and 20 minutes as Engineer. Not Engineer, Soldier, oh my. They're so wildly different. How am I making this mistake? They're all designed so differently. Ugh. Oh, by the way, are you counting unlocks? I'm pretty sure I am. Because depending on what items you have, and not just default ones that you get that you start off with as a whole, it's like it completely changes the class. And I said this earlier. I watched a video. Let me see. I can definitely get the video. It's in my history. Soundsmith. That was the person who made the video. Like I watched that video, his video, Man's Guide to the Backbone. And that really opened up my eyes to the weapon. And I can't like buy weapons. Can you buy weapons? I'm pretty sure you can buy weapons in TF2. But I'm free to play. Oh well. I will take the challenge of needing to work with what I get. And not just being able to buy my way to the top. But I think, if anything, in the present moment, this is my tier list of fast usefulness. You can buy a key for $250 and trade for all the unlocks. Yeah. I might do that someday. But I think, for the time being, it's just kind of more fun to on someplace. I know those trading websites, I just don't really mess around with them because I don't see I like having the challenge of needing to work with what the game randomly gives me. But I think if you really want a specific weapon, like, for example, Dead Ring of the Spy, because I've seen what that can do. They're absolutely justifiable, but randomness is absolutely much more interesting, I feel. Although, oh, you could craft out. You could. You could. I will say this so. By the way, Spy is a nude trap and a half. Yeah, I can definitely see that. It's actually funny. I was playing tf2 earlier today, and got absolutely debated by a spy who was an engineer. And I don't remember if I died or the round ended. But before I could do anything to kill them, I just barely switched over to my weapon. Which I don't... It's the one that Medic has, not the Bone Saw, the other one. It's like Uzi. I do not have to name it. So I'm thinking of something entirely different. Ubisaw? Not the saw, not the Ubisaw. I think Wiki just have it from the get-go. The syringe gun. Which even immediately after I realized, why did I not go with the bone saw? But it was like right then and there, and I wouldn't say I'm a noob at this point. Like, I definitely have an idea of what I'm doing, and you know, I definitely have won my fair share of games. I might have dominated classes. Oh. But, you know, clearly not perfect or anything. But it really is, just a learning process, I feel. I'm gonna be real, 1,000 hours in the community is considered competent. Considering how old tf2 is, entirely justifiable mindset to have. By my standards, I'm competent. Which is not much. Give me time, give me time. But yeah, that was the tf2 class and the AnnualDaniel tf2 class usefulness tier list, which will be updated with time. That managed to kill an owl, surprisingly. What is that? I just have a fork. I'm gonna put this in the sink. Hold up. Aim back. Back, 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 back. What map should play? Let me check. I know at least with casual, I don't really. I haven't dipped my toes into community servers yet. But off the top of my head, it's basically all of them with the exception of Capture the Flag, which I think Capture the Flag is fun, but I don't like how it's how some games can just have nothing going on for like hours and hours and hours. Just that's not really fun to me. But I imagine it have gotten Capture the Flag maps games that are a payload like up or bad water if you want a lone battle. Yeah. CTF is good loaning ground. Yeah. Yeah, I see that being a perk of having random matches where just nothing happens other than goofy nonsense. Because what is tf2 great at? Nonsense. And I get it. That is good advice. But it's just I feel it would just get very stale, just playing the same few maps over and over again. But that is good advice nonetheless. Yeah, it's basically every single map. Besides like a couple, not selected. Most payload and King Up to Hill maps are good to loan on. Yeah. I see how that makes sense. Control point, that's what I'm thinking of. Like I loaned a tripping on a I've seen that before. Funnily enough, not like in tf2 though. But I absolutely know what that is. Maybe I have seen it before. But then I think I know what that is. I also looked it up. But it's one of those things where it's what is this? You see, oh, it's like you see it in it's out demo. Yeah. Unfortunately, because of my dumb little 10 hours for each class thing, I'm kind of restricted to not play the game because I'm doing class by class by class, not sporadically. And so to get my fix, so to speak, I do a Roblox CF2 clone because there was a lot of them. But I do typical colors too, and I've seen that before. With that game's demo night. But yeah, maybe I should check out a few tutorials whenever I'm doing. Absolutely makes sense. A good demo night to look at is solo night. Oh wait, I've seen. Okay, I've seen his most recent video on my homepage, but not. He's got a 1 hour thing on just charging. It's the third most popular video. Yeah. I imagine I won't really go deep with that sort of thing until I'm finished. Everything you need charging. That is, for whatever reason, that is. And if you want to improve your aim, go to tr_walk review community or from the F1 console. I think I've seen. I don't remember what, but I think I know what that is. Yeah, I've seen that map before. I just don't remember when. Up. Alright. Alright. But I've definitely seen that map before. But yeah, oh, I mean, I managed to kill an hour. I think that's... Yeah, I will end the stream now. I was going to do some other stuff, but... I'm not that bored anymore, so yeah. See ya, good luck to you. Thank you. Thank you. And also, let me get the link real quick. Because surprisingly enough, I know what I'm doing. Kind of. Streaming. Bam, I have a Discord server, and I don't do Team Fortress 2 content yet. Surprisingly enough, this stream ranking each character with like a little less than 100 hours. First thing I've ever done, but I imagine I will open that door whenever I finish doing 10 hours for each class. Yeah, I do variety stuff, but I like tf2. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? I definitely see myself doing Team Fortress 2 stuff. Maybe not videos, maybe just streams, but who knows? No video ideas yet, but give me time. Let me cook. I'll put my tier list into the Discord if that. You can do that. I don't mind. I do not mind at all. And if you don't know what channel to do it in, general is absolutely fine. Nifty. Yeah, this was fun. I don't really... I mean, that's second... What I was going to say was a lie. I literally 2 days ago did a Pokemon Fire Red stream. Starting a playthrough of it. But, yeah. 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 But doing stuff that has, like, alive and thriving communities, even all these years later, not something I'm, at least streaming-wise, not something I'm used to much, because what a shock, I've only been streaming a fair bit since late March, but I will end the stream. I have a fair amount of other videos in us. The tf2 community is super open when it comes to newer streamers. Really? Huh. Yeah, tf2, the community is very interesting. You can get all sorts of people. Even just looking at icons and names, you can definitely... It's a real smorgasbord of the internet, and I think that tf2 just absolutely encapsulates the internet at its peak. You get about every kind of person? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I will end the stream. This was fun, even though it's a new territory for me. Who knows what the future holds? Yeah. Peace.